any menu in any restaurant in Singapore and you'll find that chicken, in all its unusual varieties, dominates the dishes. From chicken rice to phoenix claws, which are, well, I think you can see what they are. But when they're not eating chickens, the citizens of Singapore seem to have pretty strong feelings about their welfare. At least, that would seem to be the case from research being carried out by Dr. Cheok at Nanyang Technological University.
When I was a little boy, my grandfather had a lot of chickens in the backyard, and I was the only child and an only grandchild, so most of my friends were chickens. And it's shown, you know, by scientific tests that if you touch chickens, they grow faster and they lay more eggs. And so there's a measure of poultry pleasure, and it increases the poultry pleasure in a scientific way.
The chicken Dr. Cheok most likes to give poultry pleasure to is this cocky little chap, Chirp. With Dr. Cheok hard at work in his lab, Chirp spends most of his days alone in his sad green research cage, deprived of the human caress he craves so much.
I wanted to develop a new type of system where no matter where you are in the world, whether you're off Earth or on the other side of the globe, you can actually have a communication with your pet through touch. And this is why we developed this system.
What Dr. Cheok is talking about is poultry internet touching, or PIT. You see, TV and radio deal with sound and vision, but no one has managed to transmit touch like this before. Within our bodies, and Chirp's as well, lie thousands of nerve fibres and pressure-sensitive cells. So, when we pet our chickens, dogs or cats, their cells are stimulated, and an electrical impulse travels up the nerves in their bodies to their brain. And thus they feel the caress of their beloved owner. It's much the same with us. On each of our hands, we have upwards of 17,000 of these cells, so our touch is very sensitive. For Dr. Cheok's device, though, it's a bit more rough and ready. On the body of his remote chicken doll, he has placed 5 pressure-sensitive pads that detect when they are touched by him. That information is sent over the net to these vibrating widgets, placed in a handsome chicken suit. When the pads are touched by Dr. Cheok, the widgets vibrate in the same place on the chicken's body.
So what we have here is the actual chicken jacket, and inside here we have sensors and also the touch mechanism. So when you put this on the chicken, it will feel the touch remotely. So very simply, you just get your pet chicken, and very comfortably you put the jacket, and it's a very lovely and soft material, so it feels very comfortable for the chicken. And that's basically it. It just wears this jacket and it will feel the touch from anywhere in the world.
But hold on, Dr. Cheok. Touch is a two-way thing. It's no good simply touching Chirp. We need to get an idea of how the poor bird is feeling.
So what happens is that in the backyard, we are tracking the pet chicken with a camera, and it sends the signal through the internet, and then this moving mechanism moves the doll according to the actual position of the chicken in the backyard. So I can see the pet chicken move represented by the pet doll here.
You can actually feel the chicken?
Yes, I can. I can actually change my touch according to how the chicken is moving, and I can also affect the chicken's movement by my touch.
So how does the chicken feel about this? Dr. Cheok worked this out by having Chirp repeatedly choose between 2 coloured doors, behind one of which lay his stylish chicken suit.
What happens is that if it goes into the blue door, it will receive food and water and no poultry internet touching. And if it goes into the red door, it will receive the same food and water, but 10 minutes of the poultry internet jacket touching. Now, over a period of 1 month, we found that over 80% of the time, the chicken preferred the door where it will receive the poultry internet system. So we can actually, using this technique, prove that the chicken preferred to use that poultry internet jacket, and so it actually is feeling some kind of pleasure. It feels very exciting. It feels like I am actually physically interacting with my real pet, even though this pet could be in the other side of the world.
All this human-chicken interaction might seem odd, or indeed somewhat disturbing. But luckily for him, caressing chickens remotely is not the sole purpose of Dr. Cheok's research.
This is just the first system. What we're really interested in is the wide area of human-to-pet communication using digital media. So what we see in the future is that people use this for their cats and for their dogs and their pet hamster.
Cats, dogs, hamsters, wives, complete strangers. Still to come on Mad Labs, how to save the planet with olive oil, and then celebrate with a slug of your own urine.